Alright, this is Dennis here, very nice or evil. You are watching True Heel Heat. Probably should have had MJF do this, but here we are.
Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Alright, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 118. Let them scissor. We are here to discuss the November 1st, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And of course, if you're joining us here on a Thursday live at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time, you know who I am, joined by the man of 52,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan. It is Jimmy Macram. How you doing?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I was reminded because SP3 somehow made another match 5 stars. Anyway, I was reminded that I have erased all my 5-star matches from the board. Gotten rid of all of them.
God, now this.
You gotta apply for recertification. After that Gunther fucking Dragunov match, I have to reapply. I've only got 3 now on the list. That match.
Other Gunther matches.
Gunther Dragunov, Austin Brett, and what did I watch last night? Oh, No Way Out. Austin and Triple H.
So this motherfucker watches Osprey and Omega 5 times to give it 5 stars, and now this shit has to go for recertification. The motherfucker, you had to see them 5 times to give them the certification.
But here's what I'm saying. Here's why. You know how many times I had to watch that fucking Gunther match to give it 5 stars? Half a time. I swear I didn't make it through the whole match. But I was like 5. Only thing they can do is fuck it up. 5. Just gotta reapply. Sorry. They must beat the brakes. So if you have any interesting matches that I can't watch now because I gotta watch Wrestle Dream, because I keep my promises even if I don't want to. I'm gonna watch Wrestle Dream. But if you have any 5-star matches that you think are 5 stars, probably not, but if you think they are, feel free to let me know. Sorry. That must be the breaks.
Probably the worst person to do star ratings ever. But yes, folks, we're here to discuss. recertification. I've never heard of that nonsense. This is
What are you giving up? It's like Halloween. You're giving up 5 stars at the fucking candy. You should have 5 stars every fucking week. That's not how it's supposed to fucking work.
No, I don't. I don't have a 5-star match every week. It's just been a great.
Match.
It's just been a great month. That's what it's.
How many you had this year?
Quite a few. I've watched quite a few matches, sir. Quite a few. But yes, we are here to discuss the November 1st, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. We appreciate y'all. If you are joining us live, if you're watching us on demand, we appreciate you as well. Show that appreciation back in the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching us over on Facebook, remember to drop a like, a heart, a laugh emoji, however AEW Dynamite made you feel. And we want to thank everyone over at Facebook for the True Heel Heat page over there. Just hit 10,000 followers as well. So right after we hit 10,000 over here on YouTube, we hit 10,000 over on Facebook. So I appreciate everyone for liking and following us over there.
Thank you, all you old people still on Facebook. Appreciate it. Nothing wrong being old.
I didn't know we were going to start like this, like just like insulting people.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Old. It's not an insult. No, it's old. You're 35 years old. You're 40 years old. You're old.
You old too, nigga. You 35.
How many years to count years old?
You 35. You old.
Who's older, me or you?
By like 2 months.
This actually old.
This motherfucker knew. This motherfucker knew what I was gonna say. Oh, we got in the chat the polished gent who says, "Scissor me, Jimmy Mac."
Hi, hello, sir. How are you? Men can't scissor. There's something in the way.
I have not seen anyone call him Jimmy Mac since I was like 21.
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. Before he had a YouTube channel, folks. We also got here Frantic Girl who says, "What up, SP3 Jimmy and chat? Happy Scissor Day." I thought National Scissor Day was like later in the year or sometime, like it was after they won the tag team titles. So that was So I guess it's around this time of year. I don't know. Brandon Brown, one of our members, thank you for joining us, saying Tony Khan announcement was a letdown except for the UK fans. I think it's even a letdown for them. Like we have gone to now, like it's parody. He's parodying it now. Like this one was official. Like he's trolling us now.
There's no way he thinks that was a big announcement. There's no way. He knew.
There is no way. He should have promoted that as an announcement. He should have just came on camera and just announced it. Or you could have saved that for an email. You know, someone calls you and then like you could have put that in an email.
Press release, something. Jesus fucking Christ. Watch
you send out the press release right after. It's just like, what's the point?
We are. By the way, Nigel, who apparently had no idea what the announcement was, because his opening words are, "I heard you may have an announcement for us," then joins the speech and gives out all the information he shouldn't have had a second ago. The fuck are we doing? Fuck it.
Christopher Kidd's here with us. He said last night during the Elite, he said, "I can't wait for a Ramble tomorrow." He says, "I love the self-reflection Jimmy is doing right now. Gunther's so good, he blew up the system." That's how good Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega is for me. No, that's all
right. You understand I went 25 years thinking that nothing was ever going to be as good as Austin Bread? My whole life. I went, there's no way. It's impossible. Then one night, it was all over. Yeah, my life was turned asunder. I had to figure everything out again.
Austin Brett's still better than Gunther and Dragunov. I said it.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I said it. We got EBB. He says, "I'm a UK fan and I didn't give a shit about his announcement either. I'll wait till next year to buy the tickets."
What is happening for this fucking show?
I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
Frantic Girl says, "I think TK is messing with us fans and seeing people freaking out about it is funny."
No, we're not taking any Tony Khan burner kind of information there. I think Tony Khan's actually a genius and what he was trying to do.
He's a genius that is actually just playing games with all of us here.
Absolutely. Come on, brother. Don't stop it.
Come on, brother. We'll all be fine. It'll be fine. He's just a genius, sir. That's Tony Khan trying to disguise his voice.
He's like Miles in Spider-Verse. This is over the top.
Nice to meet you, sir. But yes, we got to get into last night's AEW Dynamite, the November 1st, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite was from Louisville, Kentucky. What did you think about the crowd in Louisville last night, Jimmy?
Fine. Subpar for a slave stage, but fine.
Hey, they were into MJF in the main event, for sure.
That counts for something, I guess. Even though he's one of them, I'll be nice. I don't get us in trouble. Considering everything that's going on.
Whoa!
It's in trouble. People might get the wrong idea if they clip this clip.
I mean, just in case.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm not saying anything. I didn't say anything. All I'm saying is Kentuckians, considering they're a slave state, are probably not a big fan of. Some of them are not a big fan of MJF's background.
No. Though
they will take him over Palestinians because Palestinians are dark.
They will take him over Anthony Bowens. But anyway, we got something rare to kick off last night's show, Jimmy. We got actual recap of what's going on in AEW. A recap of last week's main event with Bryan Danielson breaking his orbital bone thanks to the Orange Punch and Rainmaker combination in the tag team matchup, and Claudio vowing revenge against Orange Cassidy on this show. And then we got clips of the classic between MJF and Kenny Omega on Collision. What did you think about the recap to start the show? Do you want to see it more often?
I spent all my time watching wrestling from 2000, 2001. So I'm used to recaps of wrestling. But it's nice to see them come back here in the modern day. It's a very simple and effective and, yes, and necessary storytelling device. I'm not entirely sure why we don't do them more often. These things are important, especially when 12 people watch Collision. I'm not gonna decertify MJF and Omega as draws though, because it's the World Series and it's a whole bunch.
And they were the draws because typically with AEW starts at the high and then it goes down gradually. This one started at 470, then jumps up to like 550 when MJF and Kenny Omega get on the screen in the main event. The main event, very rarely, I think we can count it on two hands, the amount of times the main event was the number one draw for AEW show.
Yeah, that is very true. I gotta be honest, watching these ratings these days are just, outside of NXT and SmackDown usually, it's very disappointing. Like, Raw ratings are terrible, Dynamite ratings are terrible. It's just
NXT is not looking too good without Becky Lynch either.
I mean, 670 is not terrible, but it ain't good.
But it's a big drop from 719.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically they went from. I
don't have to move on from shit. I don't have to move on from a goddamn thing. Sorry, got distracted. Absolutely not.
Christopher Kids and there's two. Great start today. All-star Jimmy. Jimmy Buckets. Already with 2 buckets. And right from there, this would become like basically the theme of the show of we have like a recap and then we go immediately to MJF. So basically that would be the theme of the show. Match, immediately to MJF. Promo, immediately to MJF throughout the show. So we kick off the show with MJF backstage with Renee Paquette. Renee brings him in and says that he still needs 3 partners tonight. He has a list to go after with all the roster members on it, but he wants to get some advice from his best friend, Adam Cole, who is with us via video chat. Cole thinks that MJF should actually take Samoa Joe up on his offer, but he said MJF says he has to think about it. He has a whole list of guys to go through, but he's glad to see that he's doing okay, buddy, and hope that he does better, and he'll talk to him soon. Then Roddy and the Kingdom come in, and he's Adam, I mean, I know you guys are all acting, but we're really gonna act like your friend is not the devil. And Cole is just like, all right, I'm done. Hangs up on him, and then we cut right to the devil. As soon as Adam Cole hangs up, we cut to the devil cutting into the feed, still watching what's going on with MJF right now. What did you like? What did you think about this opening segment here?
That devil shit is corny. I don't care what anybody says. But this was really good. I enjoyed all of it. It was good to see MJF and Cole interact with one another. I'm going to assume Cole's still involved in the devil thing somehow, because him all of a sudden being really annoyed with Roddy and them seems very odd.
I got a theory that I've been seeing sprout out more, and shout out to the ladies over at bodyslam.net, Lyric and Low. They talked about it on their post show for Dynamite last night, and I'll say it here because more people is talking about it. The potential of the devil being Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who's working. Well, it's becoming more prevalent and more people, because they're mentioning the fact that we keep seeing Cole, but despite Britt only being at home to help Cole, we're not seeing anything with Britt. So that's what more people are believing, that she is behind the devil mask.
That's entirely possible. I'm hopeful, quite frankly. It's a nice change of pace. I don't know if I want her to be like a valet or something like that, but it's nice. I gotta be honest. It's nice to get this break we should have got from Britt a year ago.
Yo, it's like everything that we should have got from Britt, we get it bad late. Like after she lost the title, two things should have happened. She should have went on a break, and she should have turned babyface. They don't turn on babyface until the Saraya feud, which that was not the purpose of the Saraya feud, was to turn Britt babyface, but it did. It just happened because Saraya's talking about, I'm bigger than you because I worked in MSG, and Britt's like, well, I didn't work at MSG, I worked at the Daily Place. Well, you're the babyface. You're the fucking babyface. You're like, you're the one that's been fighting for us, so you're the babyface. And now we're getting finally her taking a break. Now, 6-7 months after that?
Jesus.
Which is now a year and a half after when she should have taken a break.
Fucking egregious. Props to this is not a knock on Britt or Jade, quite frankly, but props to Statlander, who, even though she's got a really good spot, spoke up for the women somewhere. And I fucking appreciate that. When you're the only person who can, you should.
And I think it comes down to the messenger too, because I think with Statlander, it won't be viewed in the same way as if Britt did say something. If Britt says something, it would kind of be like, oh, this is rah Britt trying to be the person, but behind the scenes, she's only worried about herself. That's what a lot of people view about her. And with Chris Statlander, when she was injured, she was working with some of these inexperienced women in the ring, trying to get herself better, but also help the roster. So you know that it comes from a place of wanting more for the women.
That's fair. I'm not mad at it. I'm here for it. I'm very proud. If you can be proud of a fucking grown woman, that's not your kin.
Hey, she represented the East Coast from Jersey, so
hey,
as best she can. There you go. But yes, we open up the in-ring action on last night's Dynamite with the AEW International Championship up for grabs. It feels like we're back into the good times of Dynamite, because we're starting off a show with Orange Cassidy, International Champion, coming down to the ring, and he's going one-on-one with Claudio Castagnoli. And I know I said this last week during the tag team matchup, but my God, every time Claudio's in the ring with someone who has like a lucha libre background, or from this case with Orange, he's like got the Chikara background, and then they've worked with each other before in like multi-man matches or tag team matches, never in a one-on-one scenario, but they just had instant chemistry with one another. And I love the story that they told with Claudio being out for revenge. He was very dominant, just dominating Orange Cassidy early on. We saw little callbacks to Orange Cassidy's matchup with Pac when he started doing the rolling out of the ring, but Claudio was ready for it, clotheslining him down on the floor, just muscling him up, overpowering Cassidy throughout the matchup. At one point, Cassidy goes to the floor and he picks him up on his shoulders. He walks around the ring, up the steel steps, puts him on the top rope. Then eventually he sets him up after Cassidy tries to fight away. tries for a sunset foot powerbomb. Claudio powers him up back to the top rope, hits a big delayed superplex, which was very impressive. We get some series of great reversals. Cassidy tries to fight back, hits a big dive back inside the ring. He goes for his tornado DDT, but Claudio's able to reverse that into the swing, which was just a beautiful transition. He transitions that into the sharpshooter. When Orange goes for the ropes, he transitions that into a crossface. Claudio hits a big uppercut for a near fall. They talk about how that's the same move that got him the win last week. He gets a swinging sleeper at one point after elbows to the head to Orange Cassidy, which gets him in more trouble, but Orange is able to flip out of it for a near fall. Orange punch into the beach break gets Orange a near fall. We should mention earlier in the matchup, Hook and Wheeler Yuta tried to get involved, and they got sent to the back. They got into an argument, and Hook was removed from the arena. The match plays out, and the ending comes when the Orange punch is countered into a move by Claudio, but that's countered into a spinning DDT for a near fall. Claudio goes for the pop-up European uppercut when Orange goes for another Orange punch, but Orange is able to reverse that into standing on Claudio's shoulders, and then hitting a Hurricane Rana pin for the flash pin. 1, 2, 3, 16 minutes, 50 seconds. I thought this was a great opener to the show. Like I said, I thought these guys have excellent chemistry with one another, and I absolutely love the post-match as well, as Jon Moxley comes out to the ring, returning to AEW Dynamite, and he just comes down, and Orange Cassidy, what has been his obsession, it seems, with this second title reign of the International Championship, is he wants Moxley. And anytime he sees Moxley, basically it's on sight. So he sees Moxley, despite being dominated throughout the matchup. He gets in the ring. Moxley just bum rushes him, batters him down. We got Claudio basically doing like the big brother when his little brother's in a fight. Like, no, it's 1D. It's one like protecting Jon Moxley with his back to Moxley as he's just basically murking Orange. And then finally, when he's murked Orange enough, Claudio pulls Jon Moxley off of him. And then we get backstage after the break. Jon Moxley ticked off, talking about how Orange Cassidy, he showed you respect at All Out. He let you live after that matchup. And what did you do? You went and disrespected me. You took my spot. You took my match, and you took my international championship from Rey Fenix. So now I'm out for blood, and I'm not going to show respect this time. And it was made official later in the show. Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy 2 for the International Championship at Full Gear. What did you think about the opening matchup, Jon Moxley in the post-match, and his promo?
The match was really good, though we've seen this already. We've seen a lot of this already. We're kind of revisiting some Orange Cassidy shit. I'm going to give everybody a pass, though, because we got a lot of injuries to deal with. And
I've never seen Claudio versus Orange.
We've seen Orange in a extended title match, which ends in a flash pin where the guy kicks out at the last second, even though it's too late. Ta-da. Ta-da! You can insert whoever the fuck you like in the other spot. You've seen this. Opening Orange Cassidy opening International Championship match. I'm going to guess we've seen this once or twice before. Just a thought. I don't know. I could be getting it wrong, but I think we have. Who was I? Right. The match was good. Really good, even. The star of this is Moxley, however. This is the first time in a while Moxley felt like a star to me. Maybe it's because he's not wearing those awful sweatpants. Like, why are you wearing sweats, sir? Jeans and a leather jacket, like a star. He fucked him up. He bounced. I thought the promo didn't make a bunch of sense. Listen, Jon Moxley is the best 2-minute promo in Vince. But I thought the promo didn't make any sense until the end where he caught himself. It's like, I don't think I'm mad at you. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was like, yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. I'm mad because you won the belt. What?
But Moxley is so believable as a character that he would get emotional and get mad first, and then midway through the promo, be like, I'm not actually mad at you.
Wrong place, wrong time. Fuck it. All right, so we're not doing this. We're not doing this, sir. Adrian Hernandez. Do you want Claudio to lose clean? Firstly, yes. Number one, yes. I'm not entirely sure that's a real question. Yes, but that has nothing to do with what the fuck I said. Again, this is not my responsibility to fucking work around all bad booking. That's not my job. That's his job. You want Claudio to lose clean? Why are you booking a match if you can't have somebody lose clean?
Also true. And he's already in Orange, kind of already beat him with the Orange Punch back at the Stadium Stampede. Well, that was an Orange Punch with glass on it, to be fair. So
if you don't know, glass knocks you out.
Hey, cuts you up, knocks you out. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I get a paper cut, I pass out.
You pass out from losing blood. Absolutely. We got here in the chat. We got Polished Gent who says Claudio is a superstar. The counter of the stun dog into the swinging sleeper choke was gold and could have been a great finish. The best part was Mox stomping a mud hole. Mox 316. Tell him, Jimmy. Mox 316 says.
Hand too, and Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Because Hangman's going to come out here.
It never fails to crack me up. It's just fucking awful. The BCC as a group, I don't know what we need to do, but something needs to change. Like, I kind of hate them as a group now. I like all of them individually, but they have no. I'm not gonna say they're Judgment Day because that's heinous, but
no,
they don't have any motivation. They don't have any.
Yeah,
they don't have individual. They don't have any.
They don't have the same direction that they did when they were in the Elite feud. The Elite feud, we knew they were trying to be the number one faction in there. And ever since the Elite feud, we haven't known if they're babyface or heel any week, from week to week, basically.
They don't know either. Go get some young guys. What are we doing? That's the whole point of the group. The whole point of the group, we added one guy.
Yeah, they still need to get back to that. They do. We got Frantic Roll that says Mox attacked OC and then said, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah, whoops.
Like, ooh, nah, that wrong guy. I'm sorry, wrong guy. It's like that episode of Atlanta that we watched when he got the wrong guy at the, the promoter. The promoter was looking for Earn.
Once you do it, you commit to it.
Steven Chambers saying, guessing some kind of stipulation eventually for Orange and Mox. Do you think it needs one?
No, it doesn't need one. It was a great match last time. I'm sure they could pull another one out the bag.
Yeah.
But they did a step over me, man.
I wouldn't be mad either. We also got Steven Chambers saying, really wouldn't mind Wheeler versus Hook. Let's see it, TK. I'm just like Hook just like dresses like my nephews when they used to be in elementary school.
It's a weird choice.
It is a weird choice.
Weird choice for Hook. Because I kind of see him as a badass.
The Jansport, it's like he did he add the Jansport after he started teaming with Orange, which I don't mind if he has the FDW title in the back.
My God. If so, I don't mind that either. He does seem
exactly. See,
he'd be like, "This is efficient. This is an efficient way to carry a belt." Yes, that's just taxing my arm.
And if he continues doing that, that's probably more than he's gotten from every other partner he's been with. He didn't retain anything from Danhausen. Didn't retain anything from Jungle Boy.
When's Jungle Boy coming back? Not that I'm fucking rooting for it.
Well, did you see the picture of him? He in jail right now. He out here getting brolic.
Good. Yeah, you don't want what happened to him at All In to happen again. Absolutely. Hit the gym, sir. Take a karate class.
We got Ace that says, I can't wait to see Claudio versus Okada when it happens. It seems like Claudio's going to be the replacement for Dragon at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. Anytime there's a replacement for Dragon, all right, sure.
Like, let down.
Is it Kurt Angle? All right, well then, not really.
Omega. Sorry. If it's Omega, then it's fine. But if it's not, yeah. We got Trey Jones saying, he's here with us in the chat. He says, hoodie and sweatpants is comfortable fit.
You don't have to tell me, sir. My fit has stayed the same since I was 18.
My fit has gone back to that since I became a dad. But yes, but yes, indeed. We should talk more about that. And we got 21 of you watching. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video. If you're watching us on Facebook, a heart, a like, any type of emoji will help us out so much. And remember, of course, if you're feeling generous, we are a self-funded channel. So you want to give back to what we do here, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. You guys went ham last week. I think we got what, 22? Was it 22, 23 super chats last week. So show that support this week and send one, and we'll highlight your comment on screen.
Let me ask you a question. How could you possibly? You gave me some pushback. So yesterday, when you watch Atlanta, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Well, fucking you not being a suit, and then you say things like self-funded. Who talks like this?
We're a self-funded channel. We are
a self-funded organization. Who?
Okay. You want me to say, nigga, we broke. We need the monies. Did you want that?
Monies.
We need the monies. I got 3-year-old kids, man.
He's developed all the way into this guy. It's effective, clearly, but that's who he is. I know it was over when he was on Twitter. He was talking about he named like 6 or 7 women, and he goes, "I want to thank these women for their unique and powerful voices." I said, "What the fuck?" I didn't say anything on Twitter because I didn't want to be a bad guy. What the fuck is this nigga babbling about? What is this? What are they, Rosa Parks? They talk about fucking wrestling. What is he talking about? The powerful voices. Right, absolutely. Fucking wrestling.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Absolutely. Wrestling Chick 108 and Malcolm X. It's close. I don't know. We'll see. What?
Every female wrestling content creator sitting at home
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Jesus Christ, Jimmy, what's wrong with you? Backstage, like I said, we go from match to MJF. Backstage, MJF is trying to find some tag team partners. He goes to the locker room of Kenny Omega, who unfortunately has Chris Jericho in it, and Chris Jericho gives MJF the only fuck off face before slamming the door in his face. MJF keeps walking to look for another tag team partner when he is yoked up by Wardlow.
His face.
He dead looks like some poor Jewish kid who's getting bullied in high school. MJ Wardlow says he's going to take everything from MJF when he least expects it. Now MJF freaking slams down his clipboard and breaks it in half as he walks away, and he runs into the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, who he says to scissor me because he needs a partner, and he still won't pick them. What did you think about this first MJF recruitment ceremony? The shouts out once again to Lyric Hit Low. They said it was basically like MJF on The Bachelor. He was trying to find the love of his life.
Oh, this was great. This is what I want in my wrestling. People ask me, and they do build a show about MJF. They don't. They build the company around him. The stories are built around him. Episodes are not. This was an episode built around MJF. It's a simple concept. First segment you set up, he's looking for a partner. Then we deal with him looking for a partner. And then at the end, he finds a partner. This is not complicated. That aside, I think all these were like great individually. And very in character. I assume I'm not only in a know like you are, but I assume MJF has a bunch of control over his creative, I would imagine.
Well, since the whole 4 Pillars storyline, that's kind of been the topic of discussion, that MJF does have creative and he does write a lot of his stories and stuff like that, which of course also got brought up when the quarters thing happened. So I get why, because I know there's some people that have kind of been like annoyed saying that the world title program has been too much with comedy, but that's what he was trying to get away from with the whole quarters thing, and y'all backlash against that. No. So now he's going back to what was working. So you can't get mad.
Yes, you can. No, not letting you get away with that. That's mad. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm telling you what this is like. And listen, I'm not saying this is okay. It's like if your wife pushes you around, and then your friends say you gotta stop letting your wife push you around, and then you kick her in the throat. That is not what we meant, sir. Well, you can't get mad at me. You said I was being pushed around. No. There's a lot in between fucking getting pushed around and getting kicked in the throat. That's it. I like this.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm not advocating kicking people in the throat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making a point. My point is this. MJF was great, right? He was great here, I thought. This is the first time I like MJF in a long while. We know he doesn't watch the show. So, of course, he's going to go to Kenny Omega.
In a row.
He's going to go to Kenny Omega, not even knowing that he already has a match. Even though, who cares? He's paying attention to shit.
That's still one of his character traits, that he still doesn't watch the show. He doesn't see Tony Khan's Twitter making match announcements. So he still goes to Omega, not knowing he's going to team with Jericho at the show.
Wardlow was great. That's the first time I liked Wardlow in a long while. He felt it felt MJF for putting him over because I've never seen the top babyface look this scared before. And then the Acclaim stuff. That is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not gonna argue with you all. It is what it is. They're there. Sure.
Claim eternally over. Sorry, Jimmy. We got Ace in the chat keeping count for us. He said we were at 3, and then Jimmy hit 4, of course, because
Jesus. It's only been 36 minutes.
We got Frantic World that says Wardlow was like, "You owe me money, MJF." We got Adrian talking about what I said, saying I felt that. And then Trey Jones says, "I'm broke, nigga. I can't eat. I'm broke." We got Steven Chambers saying mac and cheese broke. SP3 needs a super chat. Oh, we got chilling with Jay saying in Wardlow's world he has a money in the bank. How he gonna take stuff from MJF without knowing it, without him knowing? Wardlow's such a goof.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. Call somebody a goof is outrageous. Wardlow's such a goof.
Yeah. Such a big goof. We got Trey Jones who said Wardlow looks like a college frat bro on steroids, and her mad rich dad took him out of the well. Jesus.
I'm not gonna say they've saved them. I'm not gonna say they saved Wardlow just yet, but
keep going. You're on the right path.
Step in the right direction.
Yes. We got Christopher Kidd who says, nah. Jimmy is right. There's lots of steps skipped sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh, that woman is awful to her husband. Then, like, 3 weeks later, she gets shot, and you're like, that one left. Like, yeah. Did you try leaving her, sir? Did you try a counselor? Did you try anything before you fucking shot her? Jesus. All right. Fair enough.
Why do we have to go to kicking in the throat? Now we're shooting.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Well, I should avoid that. I don't get us in trouble. We're a self-funded channel.
We're a self-funded channel, yes. Thanks for pointing that out, sir. But next up on Dynamite, we had the Ring of Honor World 6-man tag team titles up for grabs as the Elites, Hangman Adam Page, and the Young Bucks defend against the Mogul Embassy's Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. This one went very short. It wasn't long, like 5 minutes in. Hangman Page basically was gets in the ring and he was running wild. He looked like he was setting up for the buckshot lariat when all we hear is whose house? Whose house? And then then Swerve comes out with Prince Nana. He said, last week I was at your house. And then Page tags out to run after Swerve. That should have me dying. Swerve is hilarious. Oh my God. Back-to-back weeks with the line of the week. Last week it was whose house? Oh, y'all tacky. And now it's whose house? Last week I was at your house. Page tags out. This leaves the Young Bucks on their own. Gates of Agony. 3 hit triple teams on Nick Jackson, on Matt Jackson. Matt tries to fight back, but he's laid out with a big power bomb. And then Nick is given open the gate for new Ring of Honor World 6-man tag team champions. The match goes 7 minutes, 56 seconds, not very long, more storyline advancement than anything as we go backstage and we see Hangman Adam Page going crazy, having to be held back by multiple people, Swerve being held back as the 2 men are trying to brawl with one another. It's announced later in the show, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland 2 at AEW Full Gear. But then when we go back to the ringside area, Mogul Embassy is gone to celebrate, and the Young Bucks are left in the ring when Matt Jackson snaps like he's Chris Jericho in 1999 and starts going off with a steel chair. He's hitting the ring post. He opens the table, the timekeeper's table, and he's trying to knock down the legs with the steel chair. He's hitting the ring post. And I love Romeo so much for retweeting this and saying Matt Jackson while he watches AEWramble.
Listen, match was fine. I gotta be honest. It went way shorter than I thought because once it started, I left to go through something. It was like 8:30 or 8:40. Stores closed at 9 in fucking Jersey. Ugh. So I had to go get something. I came back, it was over. I was shocked. I said, what the fuck? I thought we'd be getting into fucking Matt Jackson's babyface routine where we do Northern Light suplexes and a whole bunch of opposites. It looks silly. But we didn't. Instead, it was over. So I had to rewind. I didn't watch the match. Why would I? But I did watch the tantrum. I hope he knows how ridiculous this looks. I hope he's got some type of self-awareness. This was the best Matt Jackson's look in a long while. Nothing he does feels real ever.
He's like, this seemed believable to me.
Yes.
He acts like a petulant child.
What's wrong with this nigga? Swerve and Hangman. I don't listen. I love Swerve. I like Hangman, despite the fact he's the one that set all this AEW nonsense off. But I feel like you don't think so? It's not his fault. It is his fault.
Nope.
Absolutely.
CM Punk is a grown-ass man. He's a grown-ass man. Control yourself. Control yourself.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I love you wanted to. You thought about it. It was like, you know what? Yeah, points were made.
Yeah. I feel like we're missing something in the Swerve Hangman thing. Not in general, but from this week. Like, I feel like a man invading your home deserves a bigger response than that.
I believe that Hangman should not have come to work and just was going to do a 6-man tag team matchup. He should have been on the hunt for a Swerve. If we like little things that they could have done. You see that we did all these segments with MJF backstage before this match. We should see Swerve. We should see Hangman searching for Swerve, like in the background. You mean do it like how WWE's been doing, like Rhea talking to Drew and stuff like that. Just that little tidbit, one little thing. Adds nothing time-wise to it, but it adds a lot to the story.
Check you out. That is brilliant. We're just watching MJF the whole time and constantly Hangman just stomping by in the background.
and then you could see, because the first backstage recruitment segment happened right before this. You could see that we could just see in the background the Young Bucks being like, "Come on," like waving like Hangman to be like, "Yo, like." Let's go. So we know Hangman's focus is not on this matchup. So then when Swerve comes out and he instantly goes, then we know it's all been set up perfectly. Where when he came out for this matchup, I was like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense that this man had his home invaded and he just came back to work and he's just about to do a 6-man tag. And he didn't even really seem that angry at the group of the leader, the group that the guy that invaded his home is the leader of.
I was going to say, give us the pen, but I got to imagine if we got the pen, only you would get the pen. I can't see me being added in that as well. My words coming back to haunt me. Fair enough.
He's like, I ruined it. He's like, I lost the job before I even started.
He watches one ramble and fucked. It's
he gave you the job, and then he's like, hey, sir, like Will Washington be like, hey, sir, you should probably watch.
I can see that. Ugh. Ever fucking ruckus. This is fine. I'm joking. I don't know it. I can point out.
No, Jerry Lynn or Sanjay Dutt, maybe. Do that shit. Or Jerry
Lynn. Actually, you know what? That shit Jerry Lynn posted this week. No, well, we stopped fucking doing things because wrestlers spoil things, so we didn't want to give this nigga. What kind of fucking house slave ass shit is this?
Hey, gotta keep that job, man. He lost his job before. He lost a job from WCW, from WWE, from ECW. Like, he know how to keep a job.
Fair enough.
The same. Just saying. Ace and Swerve was great. We also got Frantic World who says Paige needs to lock his doors, and Swerve was great. We also got Frantic World who says Matt saw what Jimmy said last week.
I don't know what I said last week. I say something every week.
Yeah. I'm actually interested in this little development with the Young Bucks because they've literally done nothing as far as like giving them character since like the BCC and the BCC feud was more of like Kenny or Hangman before it even got to the Bucks, even though they were attached.
If you say so. This is we've seen this already. We've seen a version of this. Oh, we can get to that part yet. We'll get to the Omega part.
We shall. We got Chilling with Chase who says Matt Jackson throwing a temper tantrum was the funniest thing in a minute. Bro can't even act upset correctly.
That's how I would imagine him getting upset, though.
Yeah.
He's not a gigantic guy. He's just fucking a child. This is silly. Look at this. Who's he scaring?
When you're not scaring anyone, sir. Go sit. We got Trey Jones who says Matt Jackson knew Jimmy was dump on him on AEWramble because he lost. Like, yeah, that's it. Yo, that's what went through his head. We need someone to do the meme of Matt Jackson sitting on the apron and thinking of AEWramble and then doing that. Oh man, that would be gold. That would be gold. We got Leo who says the Young Bucks are glorified, overpaid mid-card.
God.
Draw rating. God damn. You thought you were harsh on them.
Well, this is all true, but we got to add Matt Jackson instead of the Young Bucks. And, I mean, they can't draw. I don't even know why. Well, I have my idea why, but I don't know. So Omega's a big draw. He might be number 3 behind MJF and Jericho. I don't get why the Bucks don't draw at all. It's confusing to me.
Polish Gent saying once again, Hangman abandons his family duties. Can't look after his home family, can't look after his work family. Work family lost the title. Trey Jones says, I mean, you can blame Hangman when the man who broke in his house and left a shirt for his kid shows up. It was on site since last week.
I'm not mad that it's on site. You should be trying to get site.
Exactly. You shouldn't wait for it to be on site. You should be searching for it to be on site.
See.
But next up, we had our second MJF recruitment segment as he went to Samoa Joe's locker room and decided to not knock on the door. He then sees Darby Allin's locker room and decides he wants to pull a prank. He pulls out the paper. He writes emo bitch on it. And rather than opening the door, he just walks off, where he runs in once again to Daddy Ass and the Acclaim. This time Max Caster with Max Pick Us sign, and once again Max walks off.
I feel like that might be the highlights of these. I do like how his character's getting more and more annoyed in the background.
And it paid off. It paid off by the end of the night.
Right.
He dead ass. We'll talk about that final sec. He dead ass came off like a father who's at school watching his kids, or like you ain't gonna do that to my son. You better stand like yo. I was like, yo, that was believable too. I was like, yes, Billy, yes. Next up, we got the rated R superstar Adam Copeland coming down. After Copeland puts over Tony Schiavone, he talks about how much respect he has for Sting and Darby Allin. But
speed this shit up. We know. We've heard it. We said it 3 fucking weeks in a row. God damn it. What the fuck? We're going to hear from Adam Copeland. We're going to hear from Sting. We're going to hear from CM Punk. We know. Speed this shit up.
Before he can continue, out comes the father of the year, Christian Cage and the Christian Coalition. Cage says he talks about how he is going to retire Sting at Full Gear, but that brings him to Adam Copeland, and he hopes that he is not going to take the invite from Sting and Darby Allin because he knows all about his history of having a bad neck. And if Copeland teams with Sting and Darby Allin at Full Gear, Cage will have no choice but to break his neck. So he will spend the rest of his life sitting in a wheelchair where your kids have to wipe drool from your mouth. I was like,
what?
Christian, he says, if you want a sample, a tease of what's going to happen to you if you accept that invite, well, we'll show you right now. In came Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne to attack Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland attempts to fight them off until Christian Cage gets into the ring long enough to distract him. He gets the Northern Lariat from the Extinction, from Luchasaurus, followed by the Wayne's World from Nick Wayne. Christian sets him up for the concerto, but just when it looks like it's going to be a rep for Copeland and his neck, we hear the music of Sting. This brings out Sting and Darby Allin to fight off the Christian coalition with Christian distracted, with Darby Allin beating him down in the corner. He turns around and he eats a spear. Finally, Adam Copeland has speared Christian Cage. He then gets on the mic and he says he's in. It will be Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland versus Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne at AEW Full Gear in Los Angeles. In a vacuum, thought this was a great segment. Thought it was a great segment with really good, promo work from Christian Cage. I love the action and how everything plays out. And I love how all these stories are interwoven, but it's not interwoven in the fact of this six-man feels like the blow-off. It feels like the six-man is the starting point for things splittering out with Darby and Nick Wayne, and especially Copeland and Christian. So I like how this have all came together. The biggest thing I am upset about from probably the show.
Ooh.
Why the fuck did Copeland spear Christian? You literally have been saving that for a month, and you just gave it away on TV? No build-up? After last week, Copeland's like, he don't want to fight Christian. This week, he goes and spears the motherfucker. Where? I feel like I'm reading a book, and it went from page 2 to the end of the book. Like, what?
I was gonna say, I don't get it. Like, I thought this was gonna be like a much bigger build-up to Christian finally does something fucking heinous. Not just says something heinous, that's different. But does something heinous where Edge finally snaps. And that feels like, I don't know, 2 weeks from now? 3 weeks from now?
That feels like the earliest next week. I thought like how this segment was playing out, I thought, okay, you can prolong it. I liked everything up until Christian, Copeland spearing Christian. Because Sting coming out and saving him, that works because Copeland saved him at Wrestle Dream. So right. That right there, that's another reason why Copeland would accept it. But you don't do it now. You wait till next week to make the match official and him accept it. You at least draw it out one more week.
Maybe I don't know. I can't tell you why this bothered me as much as it did. I know we can all agree it was too early, and maybe Edge was too strong and he's not going to fight Christian. I don't know. This just felt like we were going to get like a Dominic Mysterio thing, and it just didn't happen. I don't know. Fair enough. This was fine. Again, in the vacuum, it's fine. Or whatever. Listen, I don't come to fucking.
Even I would have enjoyed if Copeland says, "Yeah, I'm gonna fight against the Christian Coalition because what he said in the original promo. I know these guys are gonna betray him, but in this matchup, I'm not gonna fight Christian."
Ooh.
So then that's an interesting hook. And then you can also develop that over the next 2 weeks of Sting and Darby being like, no, guys, it's cool you're with us, but you're gonna probably have to fight Christian. Like, there was so much story left to tell.
You expect too much there. I don't.
I really love this story so far. That's why I'm like upset.
Yeah, the story is great. For the opening promo they had, the Go Fuck Yourself promo, I thought both of them were brilliant. And I thought it was a solid follow-up throughout. And this is fine. It's just, it feels like a letdown. Like,
yeah, it just feels too early. It's either like, this is the theme with AEW. It's either too late or too early.
Well, cocaine users typically don't have great timing, sir. I'm not entirely sure why you're surprised. No offense.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Just a thought. You see a video of Westbrook and Harden watching the game at the watching the baseball game. Then that ball comes right at them, and they move their head late. It's like these two niggas are so gone. They're so gone. Anyway, what it felt like.
Speaking of someone who is so gone and so out there, we go to our very, very, very important announcement. Tony Khan is with Nigel McGuinness. They're in the back for a big announcement. All In is at Wembley Stadium next year on August 25th, 2024 at Wembley Stadium. And this year, it was the biggest event that we ever did. We sold 81,000 tickets. And I know we are on November 1st and people are getting ready for the holiday season. I know me, myself, my parents, they've had their tree up since July. But yeah, we're getting ready for the holiday season. So on December 1st, 2023, tickets will go on sale for All In London 2024. But Nigel McGuinness, don't you have some more information for the people to enjoy?
No, he doesn't. He just asked you about this announcement. Why would he have more information?
The pre-sale sign-up will be live starting this week. But you can get them early. You can sign up at ticketmaster.co.uk/AEW Wembley 2024. Oh my God. This might have been the all-time low for a Tony Khan announcement. Like we've had lows before, but I think this was the lowest.
When did he announce this? Big announcement that last week on Dynamite?
What last week did he have one? No. He announced it on Twitter.
Okay. Listen, this is a bad one. By the way, this is a bad one, all things considered, because as I watched the Twitterverse react to this over the last 5 days or so, it just felt like their expectations got lower and lower and lower, but never quite this low.
Never quite this low.
I heard HBO deal. I heard Ronda.
I knew it wasn't that. I joked that it was Ronda, but I knew it wasn't that either. Oh,
turning Rampage into a women's show. And there was one more. And I was like, these are not major announcements. I had no idea.
Important announcement. That was the key.
Oh,
that was
seriously,
important. The Rampage turning into a women's show, that would have been I would have considered that. I would have been like, that was an important announcement.
I guess it is important. I mean, I just hadn't listened to
this was not important. This was not fucking important. And there's always the debate of the terminology of what he said. Big announcement, important announcement, major announcement. He said important announcement, and this was not even an iota of importance in my life. Or to AEW, like my
nigga. First of all, still selling this trolling thing. Let's say he is trolling. Let's say this was one big
What's
troll.
the point?
Thank you. Like, all you're doing is damaging your brand. All you're doing is damaging your fucking business. The faith people have in your announcements. They used to pop a rating and now they don't. What is the purpose? You're just a child? Like, that feels like a bad idea. It feels like a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a troll. I think he's dead serious. He wants to get on TV, talk about 81,000 people, which you mentioned like 3 fucking times. I know. We got it. Enough.
Yeah, Polish Gent says that he's like, they could have done this with a bumper graphic in the corner of the screen, taking TV time from talent. The fuck? 3 minutes of TV time. You could have added that to the women's match.
He's not good at it. No. Just have Nigel do it. Jesus.
Yeah, that too. That's the other thing. Like, if he was good at these announcements, that'd be one thing. That's something that I think that we could all like get over. Like, we could be like, all right, I don't really want to see him, but at least he's good at this. He's not. I'm much nicer to you, Tony Khan, but you're not very good at this stuff. So,
like, some people are good at fucking. All right, I'll be nice.
You were about to go in, sir.
No, I'm just saying, like, we all have our things. You're good at one thing and you're bad at the other. Like, you're bad at this and you're a decent person, I heard. Like, Vince is great at this, and you can't leave him alone with your girl. There are things that each people are good at. These are the things.
These are the things.
By the way, I listened to Vince McMahon commentating like 97, 96.
Mm-hmm.
And we already agreed his creator's been shit for 20 years. I don't think he's good at anything except being in Vince McMahon. I
love that. That's our terminology in being a Vince McMahon.
Like, Vince McMahon is so entertaining on TV, and I don't think he's good at much else. I gotta be honest. And he has a capitalistic, psychopathic mind. Other than that, I'm not sure he's good at anything else. It's a goddamn shame. Oh, he's not matching 81,000 seats. Like, let's be clear.
No.
I didn't want to give a guess last time because I had no clue what that would look like. I'll give a guess this time. Not 81,000.
I'll give a guess. I'll say 50,000 because WWE done said, "Hey, we're going to Germany 6 days later."
Ooh,
So,
we might be onto something.
Yeah, WWE 100% did that to fuck over AEW. This is like, we had to hear about this 81,000 shit. We are good. We're good. We're the only ones that do press releases, guys. We are not going to let you do this.
You don't want that smoke, sir.
You don't want this smoke.
TK, please, for your own good. Leave it alone.
Yeah, don't go on Twitter. Don't do any of that, please. I beg of you. Like, please. I'm done. I'm done with the Tony Khan Twitter stuff. Like, please. I'm good.
It's a grown man. It's a fucking grown billionaire.
Yep. Grown billionaire. About right way to describe him. All right, next up we had Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, the Golden Jets, teaming up once again here to face Angelo Parker and Matt Menard, the former JAS 2.0, at the behest of Don Callis, who is on commentary, joined by the Don Callis family of Konosuke Takeshita, Powerhouse Hobbs, and the newest member, Kyle Fletcher. I did love Kyle Fletcher in that suit. He fit the role. He fit the role here. This was a very personal matchup with 2.0 getting in Jericho's face, but of course, the former AEW World Champions easily took care of business here. The match goes 6 minutes, 11 seconds. The finish sees Matt Menard hand Angelo Parker the bat to use against Jericho. He hesitates long enough for Jericho to hit the Judas effect to pick up the victory for the Golden Jets. After the matchup, Don Callis family, they pop up to say, we need to finish this in a street fight. Jericho and Omega say they are in, and Omega says he will bring Kota Ibushi along to help even things up. And Don Callis replies and says, you're still one man short. And who is going to deal with the Don Callis family? Jericho says that Powerhouse Hobbs destroyed him, and boy, is he big, but he has a friend that is bigger. And Don Callis says, no one's bigger than Powerhouse Hobbs. He was like, Powerhouse Hobbs is big, but he's no giant. Well, in broken hearted. I do like his theme song. I'm sorry. It's just that voice. That voice is awesome. He comes out with his knees pointing at each other because he.
Oh shit!
Wow. It looked bad. And Kyle Fletcher comes up to try to fight Paul White and gets knocked the fuck out as Paul White, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho will verse the Don Callis family in 2 weeks' time on the November 15th edition of AEW Dynamite from Ontario, California. And speaking of California, after the break, when we return to the locker room of the Elite, Renee Paquette was interviewing the Golden Jets when Matt Jackson decides to interrupt things. He says that, he isn't happy with the fact that the Elite reunited, but they still don't have each other's back. They got a 3-on-2 assault earlier in the night, and Kenny was nowhere to be found. And he also says he doesn't like the fact that this guy, Jericho, is in their locker room. He doesn't forget what he did to their dad. And he says, I guess I guess there's more drama in the Elite here as the Young Bucks run off, and it seems like we're setting up maybe Young Bucks versus Golden Jets at Full Gear. What did you think about the Golden Jets versus 2.0, the challenge for the street fight, and the backstage segment with the Young Bucks?
I can be criticized quite often for body shaming, which I don't agree as a stance. I just say things that are true. People take things they want. However, can you aura shame? Is that okay? Is that okay? Can you aura shame? Look at that picture of the fucking Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega and tell me they're the same level of person. This nigga looks like a fan. Dare you? Kenny Omega's a fucking bodybuilder. Jesus. Dare you? Anyway, match was fine. It was a backdrop for a promo, which I guess I'm not mad at. I am glad Omega. That was a thought I had before the fucking promo with Matt Jackson. I was gonna say I'm glad Omega's moving away from the Elite. He's a single star and should be treated as such. And then anyway, we got the Big Show. Sure. Listen, if this is a one-off thing, I'm not mad at it. It's on Dynamite. It'll pop a rating, I guess. It's a fun little 8-man tag. My question would be, it's going to be Sammy and not Will Ospreay, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be Sammy. Sammy should be back by now from the concussion list. I would be worried if he's not back by now. It'd be Adam Cole territory. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. We're hoping. I understand you don't like him, but Jesus.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
He didn't lose an arm. The fuck? He's a man who fucking wrestles. He might not wrestle. What's wrong with this? Is that bad? I'm joking.
Yeah, okay.
And we need him back because we don't want Kyle Fletcher being the guy that looks like a bitch. He gets knocked out.
I was like, yeah, everybody kind of like fits the roles, and it's basically like Don is creating a heel version of the Elite because he's got Takeshita as Omega. Okay. Now he's got another top main eventer, and I'm talking about like beginning of AEW Elite. So he's got another top main eventer in his crew with Powerhouse Hobbs, basically playing the Cody role. Then you got, well, not really in the same way, but same fashion of another main eventer in the group. Then you got Sammy as the Project, which was Hangman at the time of the beginning of AEW. Now you got a tag team basically forming with Kyle Fletcher because Mark Davis ain't gonna make him a single star. They're just gonna throw him in Don Callis family with them. So they got their tag team to go against the Young Bucks.
Yeah, this is actually am more sold on the family than I was, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I just think it feels more with 3 people in it. It feels like a group, and secondly, it just feels more. They all wear black. It feels kind of cohesive. I'm not mad at it.
Can't wait for Mel Coleman to add Kyle Fletcher to the portrait.
But say that Last Supper portrait is fucking solid. Like I do enjoy it.
And the fact that they blurred the faces. That's the thing that popped me the last time we saw it, is that they blurred the faces, so that means we get more members added to the portrait.
It's great. I hope this really works out. Groups don't really work out in AEW. They kind of just there's a ceiling on them. And I don't know why. I'm not saying I need you to be the NWO, but I would like it if you guys kind of fucking follow these threads to their natural conclusion. House of Black should be kind of taking over the show, or the BCC should be taking over the show. And they always stop before we get there.
Yeah. I agree with you. We do have a couple of super chat donations here. First from our good friend, Trey Jones. Thank you so much, Trey Jones.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
Nevertheless, Trey Jones with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Trey. Always appreciate it. He says, no one wants to see crooked leg Paul White in a street fight.
Wow. Jesus. Well, in a street fight, he doesn't have the bump.
Exactly.
Just be like Austin and WrestleMania. Who was the last one?
38.
Yeah.
He took that suplex bump. I was so surprised.
I'm so concerned. Please don't kill
No
Steve.
surprise and concern. We got another super chat donation from the good brother Trey Jones. Thank you so much, Trey Jones.
Let's fucking go.
Trey Jones says Paul White in 2023 is like having Derek Fisher coach the Knicks.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
What the fuck? That is so mean.
Why'd you have
Not
to
a
go
good
off
reason.
and shoot somebody? God damn. Like you ain't have to do all that. You ain't have to do all that, man.
Fish catching a stray out here. God damn.
Why the fish? Why the fish gotta catch a stray for it though? Like I don't understand that. What did fish do? Fair enough. Former
Am I the person not mad at this Paul White thing? Is that what most people were upset with the show?
I am not upset with this either.
I saw Goldberg before. Like I was like, that's not happening. And who else? I don't know. Just like Paul, it's really the big show.
I mean, I understand it from like the Kenny Omega fans who are just like, can Kenny Omega just go back to what he was doing on Saturday, like full time?
No.
I would like Kenny Omega to do that full time, and I would like Konosuke Takeshita to wrestle more because that match with him and Kyle Fletcher slapped. And I was just like, why the fuck don't you let him wrestle more?
You want the answer to that? Oh, I doubt it.
Go ahead.
Tony Khan is incompetent. It appears that quite a few of you, if by my Twitter whatever is accurate, are joining the bandwagon. Join the bandwagon fucking 4 years too late. It's too crowded now. I can't drive all you around.
You didn't hate him like this in 2019.
When was it
took 2020.
When was the Jericho interview where he brought up that Jericho wanted to do the Matt Hardy teleportation thing?
That was
the teleportation thing.
That was 2020.
Okay, yeah, that's when it was. I mean, you gonna throw your top star under the fucking bus? You cunt! Holy shit! And I've been hated him ever since. I'm like Chris Jericho, but I've hated him ever since.
Can't be just tossing out the C word. Like
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Term of endearment. Like you incompetent. You competent. You're incompetent.
Incompetent cunt. We got another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm, who says Tony Khan is losing his mind since Warner Media not giving him the money he wants. Not Big Show. P.S. Why the Bucks haven't said shit about the tag team title shot they got? Yes, absolutely. I was wondering the same shit. I was like, why are you so upset? Like you don't got a tag team title shot in your back pocket. Is it just because FTR said, yo, forget about that shit? Forget about that.
That is wild. I'm not mad at it.
It's like we put you over at the biggest show ever. We're not gonna put you over in your hometown.
We already did 3 matches. I mean, it's fucking things we're gonna do. Or 5? It's been 5 matches?
It's been 3.
It's been too many, is the point. We done. We finished.
Why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Finished. People don't want you what? We get a trilogy of matches. Now you want a fucking tetralogy? No.
I want a series. I want best of 5. Best of 5.
I don't know what kind of money he's looking for, but if the ratings from last week continue, he ain't getting it.
I think he will. I don't know what type of money he's looking for. I think he will get a new deal, but if he's looking for that $1 billion deal, I don't know.
Not happening. I guarantee you, the only reason he wants that is so he can say it.
Yeah, exactly. We do have another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm, and we will give you one.
That's fucking bullshit.
Thank you, Will Chisholm. He says,
I love CM Punk, and I've never seen him be phony before outside of Tony Khan, and it's kind of uncomfortable. Ugh.
Will Chisholm said, did that $1 billion deal went out the door with one Bill Phil? No. I think it's still probably an option, but I think that Tony Khan is probably looking for more now because I think that would be better for his reputation and his image if it's basically like you got the $1 billion deal because of Phil, and him leaving didn't ruin that. If he gets more than $1 billion, that means that he never needed Phil. I think that's better perception for the company.
That's not a terrible guess. He's not getting it.
Yeah, he's not getting more than $1 billion. $1 billion is we have to ceiling. I think that's what Warner Brothers telling him. Like, we're right here. This is what you wanted. We're giving you what you wanted.
Yes. No,
like, you're not Jade Cargill. You're not going to do us like Jade Cargill did you, where she told you a number, you got to that number, you went higher than that number, and she was like, nah, the number's higher now. No, you can't do that to us.
What did SmackDown get? 1.4?
1.4 billion, yeah.
Yeah, like if SmackDown's worth 1.4, you're not worth the one, so you should take the one. The fuck are we talking about? Take the one.
I'd take 850,000.
Shit, what are you talking about?
850 mil? I'll take 850 mil. Shit, that's below what you want. I'll take that.
But you would imagine WBD has a, I'm not sure if I want to call it a percentage, but they get a significant bit of AEW's money, right?
I don't know. I think it really comes down to ad revenue, because despite the numbers overall ratings, and I know that's what we tend to always look at more than anything, it's honestly comes down to the demo rating. And despite ratings fluctuating on the overall viewership, Dynamite is always in the top 5 in the demo for the night.
Yeah.
So it's all about the ad revenue. That's where it comes down to. So I think that's where that 1 billion is coming from, is because the ads that they get up, it's gonna get worth more than that probably.
We'll see. Is this all inclusive, or is this like we're doing Dynamite Rampage?
Nah. They're not at WWE's level, where WWE's optioning off their different properties. No, it's one. It's one for $1 billion. You get 3 shows. I think that's beneficial for Warner, and that's beneficial for AEW.
Yes, I would say so. Just don't piss off Vince. You're talking crazy on Twitter. Don't piss off Vince, because he'll give it to fucking Warner Brothers for $1 just to get you kicked off. Bye.
Vince over here just trying to get back in the fucking WWE door. He ain't worried about AEW.
This is awesome. I'm sorry. I've never seen somebody. You see a picture?
This nigga is like someone who lost their keys for their house. He in WWE like checking the back door, trying to go through windows and shit.
Did you see that picture of him at the fucking fight?
Yeah.
On a cane?
With Eminem.
Yo, he was walking with a cane now. He looks kind of sad. And I bet you he's still trying to get back in. Vince is a murderer. He's a fucking psychopath. Leave that man alone. Just stop playing.
Let's move on to the women's matchup, back in its regular spot of 9:15, 9:20. But we got a good matchup, though. I'll give them that. You had Hikaru Shida defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Willow Nightingale. And yeah, I understand all the issues that everybody had with this matchup. Willow lost the number 1 contendership matchup and gets a title shot right after it. Willow is also 0-5 in title matches. But I'm sorry, they're always good. So I enjoyed it. I can enjoy it in a vacuum and not think about all the stuff that was bad about the setup of this matchup, because what we got for the 10 minutes that we saw was a really strong matchup with Shida not holding back. Like, I feel like Shida, because of Britt Bakers of the world, has kind of like toned back on her hard-hitting style, kind of in a similar fashion to what we saw with Thunder Rosa. But with Willow here, you know, more of a body for her. She was laying it in those strikes with one another. Hits a sick Falcon Arrow off the top rope for a 2 count. Then we get a strike off. We get Willow with a big old pounce for a near fall. Knee to the head by Shida, followed by the katana with the knee pad down. Gets her the victory, once again retaining the AEW Women's World Championship. And what has become a theme of her title matches over the last couple of weeks, timeless Tony Storm comes out to interrupt and steal the spotlight. This broad was on the floor, like just doing all this going crazy on the floor, when Shida just basically leaves the ring. Luther has a shoe on a pillow. She knocks the shoe in the air. Toni Storm is crawling on the floor. She gets kneed in the face by Shida. Shida takes off her nightgown, and Storm runs off. Then the lights go off in the arena, and when they come back on, Julia Hart is in the ring behind Willow Nightingale. I love Willow kind of realizing that she was there and then turning around. Then we get Sky Blue come out, and we think this is the moment. This is the moment's gonna happen. Sky Blue's gonna turn heel. She looks at Julia in the face. She turns around to Willow, but then she turns back around to Julia and spits blue mist into her face as Julia runs off. I will say the only thing that was off about this post-match was the crowd really not knowing how to respond, and probably we're just expecting for Blue to turn heel here. But I like the fact that we got so much development in the post-match with two different women's stories going on here. So definitely a positive with the match and the post-match here for me. What did you think?
All right. A couple questions beforehand. That Fatal 4-Way women's match for number contendership, Willow didn't win. Who won?
Abaddon.
Right. Right. Listen,
because she gets one push a year during Halloween.
Yes. It was so cool the way they did it the first time, but it's not the point.
It's not for
Willow shot here stupid. Just make it one of those stupid ass eliminator matches. Like, why not just do that? Because it's silly. Match was fine. She is second best wrestler in the division and the best wrestler currently active. Post match with Toni Storm. Only Toni Storm and her brilliant acting can make herself look unattractive. There's nothing attractive about the way she acts. She's out of her fucking mind. It's just nothing performative sexy about it. And I props to her. I'm looking forward to that match. She should win. I'm sorry. Toni Storm should win.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
And the post-match with Sky Blue, I didn't quite react because I couldn't see the mist come out of her mouth. I mean, I knew it's what she did.
Yeah, and then it didn't. It quickly wiped off her face. So
yeah, it's a bad look. Julia Hart looks like a star. I can't quite. She stands like a star. She dresses like a star. She has this like ridiculous amount of confidence. I don't know what to do with her. I mean, I do know what to do with her, but we're gonna keep it clean. It's a PG show. If I was Tony Khan, I wouldn't know which direction I would use her in.
I mean, it's kind of cool though, like because we're always very critical of the women's division, and God knows it needs work. But they have consistently over the past month featured pretty much 6 women over the last month. Sheeta, Toni Storm, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. And all 6 of them are either over or getting over, it feels like.
Willow, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Willow, Toni Storm, Sheeta.
Stat.
Right. Yeah. I'm not mad at that take. Listen, are we well behind where we should be? Yes.
Yes. 100%.
A year and a half, 2 years behind where we should be. But
we delayed any progression that we had in 2022 with 2023. With 2023, where we did the whole Outcast thing.
And the back half of Jade's run, we'll say. But yeah, this feels like progress. Now, whenever they give us progress, it's not very long before we lose it. But as of the moment, we're in the progress portion of the stage. So I'm pleased.
I am as well. We got Steven Chambers that says good match with Sheeta and Willow. We got Trey Jones says Willow, just Willow.
Right?
Like what Jimmy would be saying.
Good Lord.
He says this match was great. I thought it was really good matchup here. We got Joseph. He says I will never be mad about Willow getting a title opportunity.
That is the right word. Just shocked by the incompetence.
Yeah, it's just very incompetent of how he's done absolutely nothing with her since she beat Mercedes Moné and won the Owen Hart Cup.
It's like they did your work for you. They made your star. You dropped it. Of course you did. Fucking cocaine hands. You stink.
We got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous. Send.
Will Chisholm with a super chat donation. Appreciate you, good sir. He said, I thought it was sweet that fans thought Tony would give women their own show. I'm blessed, but why is Willow taking all the L's? She won the Owen, beat Mercedes Moné. What the fuck, Tony?
Yeah, I did you. I'm sorry. They really thought Rampage was gonna be a woman. Like, sir, you not
just
not
because they did a video with what's her name, Doja Cat.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great video, though.
It was. I gotta be honest. I'm not the biggest Ray fan in the world, bitch.
Dude, I had the same thought. I could not say the words because hi, Mrs. Hi, my babe. I love you. But yeah.
Where did that come from?
What you think of the?
Yeah, that's oh my god.
I was like,
excuse me, miss. What the fuck were we talking? Oh, right. This Willow thing is like Sasha Mercedes. Is the biggest female star not in the E. And maybe outside of Becky, just the biggest. Period.
Becky and Rhea are the only ones.
Oh, right. Apologies.
Yeah.
We're sick of Rhea's title reign. Shut up. Go away. And Willow beat her. Clean as a whistle. Listen, it came under extemporaneous circumstances, but it did happen. It's like if Austin beat Brett because Brett got hurt. Why not just do it? All right, then Austin's the guy now.
Just do it now. Just do it now. Yeah. Just go. Go for it.
Yeah, plans. We gotta wait. No, we don't. We actually don't have to wait. Go.
I want Tony to get back to like November 2020. I want to September 2022 to November 2022, Tony, when everything was all out of his hands, brawl out happened, and Tony was actually just listening to the fans and being like, hey, yeah, the Acclaim should be tag team champions. Hey, Jamie Hayter should be the women's champion. Like, he was listening to the fan. Hey, Ricky Starks should get a world title shot. Like, that was a period of time where Tony was 100% listening to the fans and saying, oh, this person's over, I should go with them. And he has not done that with Willow Nightingale this year.
In his I guess not his defense, but in a defense, we only have time for like 2 women to show. This was an anomaly, to be fair. And Tony Storm's been crushing it. So I get it.
Timeless. But yes, what do you think about them advertising this title matchup as the Tony Storm Hollywood Homecoming, and they really haven't done the graphic yet for Storm and Cheetah? That makes me feel like we're getting more women's title matches in the next like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Because I imagine Tony's gonna win. So you've got to inflate Cheetah's numbers for some reason. They always
exactly. Yeah, they do this all the time. All the time. You can always tell. And even WWE is victim of it. That's what the whole Becky Lynch NXT Women's title run was about. Like they just wanted Becky to be able to do that line on Monday.
Yeah.
I defended the title more in 22 days than Roman and Rhea. Like,
is that all they talk about, by the way? Do you think Becky and Seth, that's all they talk about is Roman Reigns and Rhea? Like when
no, I think it's Roman Reigns. I think all they talk about is Roman Reigns.
Shocking.
Because it's like, dude, Seth Rollins has been like, he will be number 2 for the rest of his career as long as he's in WWE and Roman Reigns is alive. Like he will always be. He will. I think that it still eats at him. And I think for Becky, the reason she talks about Roman is like, motherfucker, I thought I took the spot from you and you came and took it back. I had a baby. All I did was have a baby. All I did was have a baby, and you took back the spot.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can't account for greatest storyline since Austin Vince. You just can't account for that. So I'm gonna tell you, Becky, shit happens.
It happens. We got it here in the chat. Another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm. Always appreciate you. So that's why we
listen up, you prick.
He says, got to ask y'all, what do y'all think of the Creed brothers on Raw and NXT? I thought the Creeds were the highlight of both shows this week. Like, if it wasn't for Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes on Halloween Havoc Night 2, the Creeds would have the top 2 best matches I've seen from WWE this week. The tag team match with Alpha Academy on Raw was great. And then that crazy tables, ladders, and scares match with Los Lotharios. I don't know what the fuck Julius Creed was thinking, taking that bump, that gorilla press slam off the top rope into a ladder when you just got called up, my nigga. I don't know what you're thinking there, but other than that, great stuff from the Creeds. What'd you think?
You put it like that. Well, yeah, that's kind of a crazy idea. Taking a bag of money, throwing it out the window, see if it come back. What a terrible idea that is.
I was like, yo, what type of risk? Like, this would be fine in a vacuum. If he was still on NXT, totally fine with him taking that bump. You just got called up yesterday, dude. Like, what are you doing? I understand you want this to be a cool match. It's still going to be a cool match without that sauce.
That is wild. I really enjoyed them on Raw. I don't know if I call it a highlight. I'd probably go with Sammy in this promo. For numerous reasons. That was fantastic. Though, Jesus fucking Christ, Raw needs something. Sign Punk, move LA Knight, do something. That Judgment Days.
Dude, it's like we got a whole month left, yo. like, yo, I'm watching Raw and I'm just like, I'm watching it, but I'm just like, and then the one great thing about Raw, motherfuckers are trying to use Gunther to turn Miz babyface. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I know Gunther is the best worker, but my dude, he's not a miracle worker. Like, the best he will do. Like, motherfuckers are telling me, oh, Miz is finally going to have a 5-star match. I was like, it's the Miz. He will have a great 4-star match with Gunther. That's the bar. That's how high you can get with Miz. It's 4 stars.
I'm not knocking Miz.
He's very, very good 4-star matchup.
He's a big star. He always pops a rating. I don't know why. And Gunther is all time in our top 10, but you're asking for a lot. Yeah, do something Judgment Day, preferably with McIntyre. Kick some guys out. Oh, we highlight.
I'm hoping for Crown Jewel that the result is Priest tries to cash in and he costs Drew. So now Drew's direction of who to blame for why he's not champion is going from Bloodline to Judgment Day.
I like that idea, but what I would do is we've got some beef between Rhea and Damian. I would have Rhea kick him out of the group.
I think that's coming. I think
Drew.
No. I actually like the idea. I think I came up with. I don't know if it was. I think it was on the Crown Jewel preview we did yesterday, where I said they need to keep going with this whole story of Rhea Ripley coming up with reasons for Priest not to cash in. Because if it was up to Priest, he would have been cashed in. He's tried to. He seems like he's wanted to cash in on multiple occasions, but now the story thread going on within the Judgment Day is that Rhea keeps denying him or stopping him. I think I want to see more of that. I want to see them finally tell the story of the Money in the Bank winner who is running out of time.
But why?
Why
is she stopping him? Like, what would be your storyline reason for why she's stopping him? What's her reason?
Oh, I have to come up with. I've already reasoning that WWE thinks of that last. They think of the good idea first, and then the reasoning behind it second. So the good idea is that you have it. Because I think Cody's going to win the Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. You do Cody versus Finn at Money in the Bank 2024. And literally, Priest has the final matchup.
Whoa. On nowhere on my planet would fucking Finn and Priest still be in the Judgment Day by the time that rolls around. No. They both would have been out by that point. No. We all agree Rhea and Dominic are what works. Everybody else, get the fuck out.
Finn, they've totally just like I don't think I'll ever see him as the main eventer again after that whole Seth Rollins feud.
Frantic World, you're showing your true colors because even my main man Triple H hater over here is not gonna knock his Walter booking. Like that's one of the things. The only thing, no respect outside of Rhea and Dominic, that he gets right on Raw is Walter feels like a fucking star. How dare you?
He feels like a much bigger star than the world heavyweight champion. Anyway, that was my other idea. Because remember, I told you last week my world heavyweight title match for WrestleMania would be Seth versus Gunther. I also thought of how that would make sense to elevate the world title is that Gunther is still the IC champion, and he's beating everybody, and he says, now I want that one.
Ooh.
That elevates the world title because he's the guy that everybody's gunning for. Because the one big question I had watching the fucking Raw this week was, why does everybody want the IC title, but no one gives a fuck about what Seth Rollins is doing? This motherfucker has to wrestle in 4 months! In 4 months on TV! What?
I think I'm going to take your idea further because I like ridiculousness. I like that match, and I like Gunther winning, obviously. And then he throws the world title in the trash. Now the Intercontinental Championship is the
world championship.
It's the world championship. It's the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Ta-da. You're welcome. It's free on us.
There's Annika who's got the response. He says, I think Rhea is setting the scene for the right time for Priest to cash in. That's why she's talking to Seth and Drew.
I think, here's my idea. Rhea is fucking setting this. She knows she doesn't have a star in this fucking group. There's her and a bunch of bums. So she's trying to get Seth in. She's trying to get Drew in.
That actually sounds more accurate than what we saw. Like what Annika's saying is nice, but that's not what we saw. We didn't see her talking to Seth and Drew. We saw her trying to recruit Seth and Drew into the Judgment Day, meaning that she's not trying to set up the right time for Priest to cash in. She's setting up the right time to kick Priest out to replace him with one of these motherfuckers.
An actual star. No offense, sir. That's what I'm saying. Do the Drew thing. Drew could use something. He's a star. He's an actual king to a queen, unlike fucking Finn or Priest or Dominic. If we could do a Dominic Joe storyline, it could be hilarious, quite frankly.
I would be. Backstage, we see the Acclaim and Daddy Ass offer to be MJF's partner once again. Jesus. But they say he has to wear whatever they are offering him. MJF says no after looking in it, and he says he has one more team to go look after, and of course it's Team TNA, which MJF just looks into the bag and basically decides he's gonna team up with the Acclaimed. And then we go to Renee Paquette, who is backstage with Roddy Strong and the Kingdom, who call Adam Cole, who is apparently sick and tired of the annoying Adam catchphrase, and he tells Roddy to shut the hell up before hanging up on him. Gotta love Roddy. Roddy's gonna be Roddyin'. And we got another super chat donation because, it would not be AEWramble if we didn't spend a bunch of time talking about something from WWE, because that's what we do here. Thank you, Will Chisholms, for another super chat donation. Appreciate you, good brother. So we'll give you one of these. Indeed, it is Tupac. Will Chisholm saying, to be fair, Gunther had a good match with Madcap Moss, trash ass. I got hope with Gunther. He had a solid matchup. A good matchup I probably remember. I remember he faced Madcap Moss, but I don't remember anything about that matchup. So it was solid. His bottom out is solid. That wasn't a good match. I wouldn't say that's a good match. I think Mustafa Ali at Night of Champions, that is what you call a good Gunther match. 3.5, 3 3/4. That's like his bottom out. This match with Madcap Moss on TV, it was 10 minutes, and he just beat the shit out of him. Yeah, it was like 3 stars. Just saying. I'm just saying. We gotta understand. Like Jimmy always tries to teach us here. There's levels to this, folks. There's levels.
Top shelf.
Top shelf, indeed. That is what Gunther is. But finally, we go to the main event of the show. Oh, but no, we got more super chats. Sorry, I apologize.
What the fuck is going on? Jesus.
Trey Jones with another super chat donation. Thank you so much, Trey Jones. We appreciate you, good sir.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Indeed. Trey Jones says, no one wants to help to team with Milk Dud with limbs and old man Jarrett.
Holy shit. So we're fucking hair shaming and we're fucking age shaming? What the fuck? Blasphemy.
Did he call Jay Lethal Milk Dud? Or
yes, Milk Dud with limbs is wild. Like he's Mr. Potato Head. That's a wild.
And we also got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm, who says Vince looks broken down. Now he's seeing all these women on his show and these guys he kept off his show. Now he's just dying in front of us.
Poor Vince. That's a good one.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
You guys want to see something cool?
That's what Vince is screaming. He's like, "This is also on you. If I wasn't for you, I wouldn't have let Triple H go and have a heart attack." And then he left. And then John Michaels took over NXT. Huh?
Vince and Tony Khan should team up to get rid of Triple H.
Yeah.
Both their problems will be solved.
They really should.
Hold on. You want to see something?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys something. This is I'm not gonna give her a shout out because I paid for this. Like, this isn't fucking sponsorship, so fuck her. But hold on. That's what she said.
Pull something out. Sheesh. Not on air.
You see that?
We got a whole unboxing going on, folks. Whoa! Is that Huey?
It is.
That's epic.
It's clean.
Beautiful.
So, not a shout out to her.
We need to watch Boondocks on your channel. I'm down.
I'm so down. I'll watch it again.
I will watch it. I watch season 1, season 2 like every couple of years.
I love that show. It might be the greatest 20-minute show ever.
It might be. It just might be. That is awesome. That is awesome picture. We got Joe Pearl in the chat who says, yo, Madcap Moss slander will not be tolerated.
What? Did you hear this nigga telling about he was held back and something like, sir, what? What are you talking about?
How will you hold back? You got more of a push than most people did.
Well, Triple H came in, my push kind of stopped. Shut up.
Trey Jones saying Jimmy's pullout game weak as hell. Damn, nice painting though.
Thank you. Not weak at all. I have no kids running around here at all. I know of.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, nigga, you better add that. You got me dropping the M-bomb too much in this. But yes,
Atlanta.
Yes, Atlanta. We watched too much Atlanta, folks. I apologize. But going on to the main event, it's Bullet Club Gold going up against the Acclaimed, who come out, and Matt Caster was feeling some type of way. This man went off with the explicits, and man, he had a whole verse like paused out and drowned out because he was dropping so many F-bombs. But he comes out, and of course, we see the costume for MJF is a pink Burberry scarf, all pink attire, and a Scissor Me shirt. And the story of this matchup, it was a multi-man matchup with the Acclaim constantly trying to get the approval of Maxwell Jacob Freeman and get him to scissor them. Max, even though he decided to team with the Acclaim, he turned them down on multiple occasions, but he would still work, and you could tell throughout the matchup, he was getting closer and closer to accepting the Acclaim and their hope in this one. At one point, they all worked together for the Scissor Me Timbers. They went for the four-way scissoring, but it's broken up by Bullet Club Gold. They isolate Max Caster for a large majority of this matchup. Love the interactions with Billy Gunn and his sons, as Billy Gunn was on one tonight because it was his birthday. In the end, after a whole bunch of big spots all over the place, MJF is tagged in for the hot tag. He goes crazy on Bullet Club Gold. White bails. He hits the kangaroo kicks. He's looking like he's about to go for a dive to the outside when Switchblade comes back into the ring from right behind, hits the Blade Runner so smooth. He just hits it so smooth. 1, 2, 3. Jay White has pinned the longest reigning AEW World Champion in the center of the ring just 17 days before Full Gear. After the matchup, Bullet Club Gold lay in the assault on the babyface. It looks like Jay White is about to nail MJF with the AEW World Championship when Max Caster pushes MJF out of the ring and takes the bullet for him. MJF goes after Jay White, who takes the AEW World Championship with him. MJF checks on Max a little bit, but then he's like gonna go away. But Max puts up his fingers and wants to scissor him. MJF turns him down again when Bully Gunn basically says, no! He was like, he says, he's been up for you. He did all this to you. You will scissor him now. MJF says, well, fuck it then. Gets in the corner. Everyone else gets in the corner, and we get the big pop for the 4-way scissoring to end the show as MJF has found himself some new friends. What did you think about the main event of this show and everything that played out with the Acclaimed and MJF?
The main event was fun. I'm happy we got the MJF show for this episode, obviously. We just gotta keep that rating.
You know what this felt like? This felt like the episode where they did the 4 Pillars tag team matchup, where we got multiple segments of MJF and Sammy throughout the night. We had MJF trying to convince Jungle Boy to turn on Darby, and then they end with just a fun tag team matchup.
I must admit, this might be a lost art. Or it's old school, maybe it's a better word. But piece of shit, slimy, cowardly heel, Jay White. It's so much fun.
So good. It's so good. It's so good. He is just so, because it's not like he can't beat these people. Like, literally, when he's in the ring and he's really trying, we saw FTR for an hour and a half not be able to beat this man. We have seen multiple people really try hard to beat him. So he can beat people, but he just doesn't want to. That's what makes him great.
The whole point of having a gang. What the fuck are we on about? Jay White was great. Him running away, it shocked me every time. And I don't know why. It's because that's so not the case these days. From top tier baby heels, rather. And it's worked. I like him pinning MJF. It's an interesting choice, all things considered. But I like the choice. They really made Jay White feel different than every other heel in the company.
Jesus Christ. What the
Oh, never mind. It's 3:00. The kids have gotten out of school.
Oh, okay. I was like, God damn. Did we just witness a murder and screams on air here? He's saying the Blade Runner from out of nowhere. Yes.
So clean.
Very clean. Very
clean.
Big Man Dog says, man, they really did make MJF look like a chump this episode.
That's strong.
I think that's strong. I think that's a little strong.
I mean, the Wardlow thing.
The Wardlow thing, you may have a point. Him getting pinned by Jay White because he was focused on everyone else in the Bullet Club Gold. I don't think it makes him look like a chump.
This is fine. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
We also got here, Frantic Rel says, does Jimmy like babyface MJF now?
I liked this episode of MJF.
You liked last week too? That's 2 weeks in a row.
The episode's fine. I'm talking about MJF in particular. I liked him here.
No, you liked MJF's character last week, you said.
What did he do last week? Kenny Omega.
No, he had the match with Juice, and then the whole first 30 minutes with the match with Juice, and then him reacting to the Acclaim, and then the interaction with Kenny Omega.
Really hold the rating as well, because
that drop last week was just outrageous.
It's because you did 20, 30 minutes, and then you did everything, and then you essentially said, MJF is done for the night. Like, I'm letting you all know we did everything I did with him. Great. So I'm leaving. For what? Dark Order? Pass. Thank you.
That's basically what people did. I was like, peace. Deuces. Annika, that is a good question. Good question.
Yeah, that shit's wild. So I don't have any kids. What's the deal with that shit?
You even got G in the chat saying it sounded like no.
No, it wasn't. No. It was.
Yeah, that's what my daughter does. So I understand. I don't understand it at all. Trey Jones saying Max got laid out with Goat. I thought he was out cold for real.
MJF is fucking fantastic. Top 10 all-around wrestlers ever, as far as I'm concerned.
We got the polished jet saying Jimmy's white sleeve is out there hollering again.
Yo, what?
That was wild. Jesus Christ, Polished Jet. All right. Sound off in the live chat. Let us know your match of the night, MVP, LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and overall out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy, we'll put our thumbs in the middle for the November 1st, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board.
That's some of you hated it. Well, not you, but Twitterverse.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people don't like comedy, I guess. I don't know. They do tend to lean too heavily into the comedy, and I don't need everything to be comedy. But if it's a story thread throughout the night and it's leading to him teaming with the fucking Acclaim, what the hell did y'all expect? Like what? Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
I gave last week a 7.5. I thought it was too high. You gave it a 6.5. It's way too high. I'll go 7.5.
I think I'm gonna go the same because I think I did. What did I do? I did 7.5 as well. Oh, I did 7. Yeah. So I do agree with you with the point you made just before this, where having a first 30 minutes of the show with MJF was great. But it was honestly better having a full story thread throughout the end of the night that paid off in the main event with MJF even more. So, yeah, I'll give it a 7.5 as well. Nice. Who was your Maxwell Jacob Friedman most valuable player?
It's in the title, sir. Yes, it's MJF. Welcome back. You had a rough couple weeks, but welcome back.
Come on down, MJF. You got the MVP back. It's been a while, but here you go. You got it right back where it needs to be. I think I gave it to him last week. I'm not sure, but I think I did because he won the Dynamite Diamond Ring and the Kenny Omega stuff was good. Who is your Antoine Khan least valuable player?
Oh,
it's in the title.
Important announcement. Then you actually read it, sir. Please, you're not good at any of these things. Give it to somebody else.
By far is Tony Khan for that important announcement. We finally hit the Dixie Carter level. People were wondering how long it would take, and people were saying it was approaching that. Nope, this was Dixie. This was Dixie. This was a Dixie Carter ass announcement. This was it, and we finally hit it. So Tony Khan, you get what you deserve. You get the least valuable player. Who was your Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega match of the night?
I mean, this is pretty close between the opener and the main event. I'm going to go with the opener. I enjoy that more. Oh, Matt Jackson. No, still give Tony Khan. Sorry.
I'm gonna give match of the night to the opener, Claudio and Orange Cassidy. I was blown away by how well these two guys worked together for a matchup that was their first singles match against one another. I thought they had excellent chemistry and had a great matchup to open up the show. So I give them match of the night. We got Ace who says 7.5 out of 10. Big Man Dogs going 8 out of 10. We got Frantic World also going 8 out of 10. He gives the MVP to MJF, the women, and Jay White. We got Big Man Dogs who says, I really need to redact my 8.5 from last week. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
That's facts. We all have those moments.
Frantic World saying, yeah, LVP, the announcement. No, it should be Tony Khan, not the announcement. Tony Khan.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to say this so much.
I know he's sounding like he's so
Khan was trolling us. He was really trying to get under our skin. That's why we went on national fucking television to boo. Right. That's how that works. A lot of people like the women. I'm impressed. Yeah. I mean, you don't see it every day, so I guess so.
Exactly. Polished Gent saying 5 out of 10. Mid-show MVP MJF and the Acclaim. LVP Matt Jackson. I want Max and MJF to form a tag team called To The Max.
Oh my god, that's fucking heinous. Cash's burner account.
Yeah, a cash ass fucking tag team, because the alternative would have been Team Max, and he hates that.
Another Matt Jackson LVP. Listen, Matt was ridiculous, but at least he was believable.
Exactly.
Tony Khan's a fucking
Tony Khan, was it?
with gun to his head, and then we will.
Oh, that's a good one. Hangman Adam Page.
Oh,
you showed up for work? Like what?
How do you not have a grudge against AEW for doing nothing to Swerve?
Exactly. Like Swerve should be suspended. It's a crime. He broke into somebody's home. And may or may have not assaulted a child. Like,
and what's his punishment? A pay-per-view payday. You're welcome.
Pay-per-view main event. Or Hangman 2. That brings us to a close on another edition of AEWramble. Appreciate y'all for joining us live, watching us on demand. Let us know in the comments down below your thoughts on AEW Dynamite this week, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did you give the show? Match of the night, MVP, and LVP. Jimmy Macram, please let the people know where they can follow you on social media and what they can see on your channel next.
On Twitter, at Jimmy Macram. We are one Twitter loser away from 1,000, whatever they're called.
Let's go!
Twitters,
followers.
Thank you. Followers. And, YouTube. We watch stuff, TV shows and movies. Atlanta. Me and SP3 watch and enjoy because it is usually hilarious, sometimes fucking depressing, but mostly hilarious.
Sometimes fucking I'm fucking sad watching that shit. Like, oh, what has happened? But yes, follow him for all of that. And yes, we're starting season 3 over on his channel. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at TrueHeelHeat. Also on TikTok as well. Patreon.com/TrueHeelHeat. The best way where you can support us. $3 a month gets you exclusive content, but more importantly, the True Heel Heat Prediction Championship, which we got predictions that are up right now for you to predict about for this coming week. Also, ProWrestlingTees.com/TrueHeels or ForYourWear.com/TrueHeelHeat. You can get your True Heel Heat merchandise right now for Servant Face and Heels, True Heel Heat flagship podcast, and more. And subscribe to True Heel Heat Sports YouTube channel as well as on TikTok. Follow us over there and twitch.tv/.
What's a TikTok monetization look like?
I don't know. I'm going to check. I'm trying to see these things. Twitch.tv/True Heel Heat Gaming. I believe Blunt Impact will be back tonight. And check out all the great content we got on the channel from this week, like Collision Discourse number 15 with myself and Scott E. Wrestling, reviewing last Saturday's AEW Collision with MJF versus Kenny Omega in an.
What happened to fucking JJ?
This nigga never shows up.
This motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I was away in Chicago for 4 days. Like, this nigga didn't hit me up from last week when I hit him up about Collision Discourse. And if it was up to me waiting for him to respond, we wouldn't have done this week's Collision Discourse. So that's a very good question. Where the fuck is KJ? Check out our WWE Crown Jewel 2023 preview with myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and Romeo previewing this Saturday's card. We have the watch along this Saturday, as well as the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. Will be back this Saturday at 10:05 a.m. Eastern time. We'll also have our Power Struggle preview tomorrow at 12:05 p.m. Eastern time. So for Jimmy Macram, for all of you, we appreciate y'all for joining us. This has been AEWramble, episode 118. Let them scissor for the November 1st, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.